The health benefits of music therapy are wide-ranging and very diverse. We know that in people having invasive procedures like colonoscopies or angiography or even knee surgery, those who listen to music before their procedures have reduced anxieties and reduced needs for sedatives. Music can help to restore lost speech, as well as reduce the side effects of cancer therapy. Music therapy has been tested in patients with chronic and acute pain. And overall, music helps to decrease pain perception and reduces the amount of pain medications that are needed. It also helps to relieve depression in people with chronic pain and gives people a better sense of control over their pain. In patients who have dementia, music helps us to engage, and the ability to engage with music remains intact well into the sad and destructive process of dementia. Music therapy can help people to recall memories, reduce agitation, and assist in our communication. But it's not all music that can do this. In fact, there is certain music that is built on the power of mantra, the power of tone, the power of rhythm and tempo to help lift and transform our emotions. Today, I am talking about how we can combine melodies with ancient chants, cross-cultural rhythms to harness the power of healing mantras and chant work. Welcome to the Lindsay Elmore Show, a podcast that helps you find fulfillment amidst chaos. On this show, I interview thought leaders, doctors, creatives, spiritual gurus, and game changers who inspire you to pursue your dreams, overcome obstacles, and leave your mark. Born and raised in Oklahoma, Lisa Reagan began her musical training at the young age of 5 years. Her first professional role was in a summer stock production of Where's Charlie at the age of 16. Lisa then went on to obtain her bachelor's degree in music and voice and piano performance from Oklahoma City University. After she was crowned Miss Oklahoma, Lisa went on to win a talent award at the Miss America pageant. Later, she earned her master's degree in opera and vocal performance from the University of Maryland's prestigious opera studio. It was while she was in graduate school that she and her collaborator, Suzanne Jackson, first became friends. Both Lisa and Suzanne performed as resident members of the Washington National Opera for 20 years. In addition to having their own successful solo careers, Lisa and Suzanne decided to meld their love of the power of chanting to form a musical duo. Shunia combines addictive melodies with ancient chants and polycultural rhythms into a sound that feels both new as well as timeless. The duo's music captures and conveys deep energy and deep spirit. Their first album is called Ascend, and it was released in 2017. Their latest album, the self-titled Shunia, was recently released just this year. Lisa Reagan, welcome to the Lindsay Elmore Show.
Thank you.
I'm so excited to talk to you today because you have albums, you produce music of chants and of mantras. And in my research preparing for today's show, I learned that chanting has been scientifically shown to decrease stress, relieve anxiety, help people to have less depression, as well as just having feelings of relaxation, having a positive mood, and being able to really focus on a task at hand. And it's thought that the mind releases positive energy so that we can decrease our negative thoughts, the stress that we're going through, and create energetic wave patterns that help us to be happier and healthier. So you talk about in your music and in your company, you talk about the state of Shunia. Talk to us about what it is to intentionally craft a state of Shunya in your daily life.
Well, so Shunya means 0 point. And, you might say, well, what's that mean? That means a stillness in your mind. So I think today we are particularly challenged with having a still mind because of the world we live in. We're overstimulated. We have too much information to try to course through and categorize and take in and understand. So the mind is really working overtime pretty much, I think, all the time. So to get yourself to a place of shunya would be beneficial in that it can give you a chance to really reset, to relax the body, to give yourself a break, to allow let me say it this way, like the magic, when we think about, we go outside and take a walk, let's say, and you can walk and have all this worry in your head, right? Even if you're walking in a beautiful garden, you can just have all this worry, right? Or, which is, then you experience it one way. Or you can walk in that beautiful garden and you can pay attention to every flower. You can decide to look at the gorgeous, creative beauty of the rose or whatever your flower you're looking at, and maybe the sky, maybe a particular, breeze or smell that's in the air. You can choose that, right? So then when you choose that, your body starts reacting differently. You start feeling different. It calms the nervous system. You feel happier. You feel grateful. And so we can control, to a certain extent, what we choose to think about and focus on in our lives. And so shunya is when you meditate, you try to get to that point of quiet. And that's what that really means.
One of the things I loved from your website, because I think too often when we think about coming to this point of stillness and of acceptance and of the fact that I can't change what's going on in the world, all I can change is my stress response to it. A lot of people think that means that you're passive, that you're just a doormat, that people run all over you. And on your website, it says that Shunya is stillness and receptivity, and it's the stillness of power, but not pacificity. It's not being passive. And I think about the practice of yoga nidra, which is the yoga of sleep. And it's funny when I teach it because I'm like, there are plenty of times that you can sleep during yoga. This is not one of them. This is an active, conscious experience of what it means to go into a sleeping state. So what does it mean, and how does this shunya strike that balance between I am fully within my power, but I am not assertive, I'm not fighting, I'm not battling, I am receiving what comes my way, but yet I'm also not just passive and taking it like a doormat?
I mean, that's a really good question. Don't you feel like that the most powerful people are the most secure people they have this inner strength that connects them to, I'd say, like to the divine intelligence, even, where they're so grounded and connected, and they know that they know,
Mm-hmm.
and so they don't have to prove anything. They don't have to go into their ego and prove that you're wrong, or, that they're not a doormat, or, that they don't have to show that they're right. They don't even need to do that. They don't even need to go there, because they already know who they are. They're so grounded in themselves. And I feel like that's the strength of being I guess, a very truly powerful person. That's the strength that you can gain. I believe yoga can help you get there. Certainly meditation can take you there. But I don't know. I think to me, the people that I know that are the most powerful are the calmest and the most secure and the most sure. And they don't prove anything. They just stand there and I mean, you look someone like, the great spiritual teachers like Mother Teresa, or, even, the Dalai Lama, a lot of great spiritual men, the Pope, they don't have to prove who they are.
Yeah.
They just are. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're just
their being, right? So I think, I don't know if you ever listened to this guy, Eckhart Tolle. He talks a lot about, he wrote the book, The Power of Now. And he talks a lot about the ego, how the ego can take over. And then you would be the person that has to prove themselves, But if you're not in your ego, let's just say you're just residing in that, in your soul, where you're really connected to nature, and that's where the real magic is. And I think you live a different life.